As each of you came on, I was kind of surprised by how deeply moved I was. It's kind of the gathering, the circle, the sangha, the how much we need and how powerful it is to come together. I think maybe I'll start with gratitude. Gratitude for this summer day. Gratitude that we're here and we're alive, that we have shelter, that we have, compared to many, many people in the world, privilege. I had a nice breakfast this morning and I'll go for a walk this afternoon. And as we all know, the state of the world is difficult, challenging. I sometimes the word that comes to me is I think I can hardly stand this. I kind of want to curl up around my belly. Grief and anger and rage and wonder and bewilderment and how could this be? And then what I always arrive and come back to is, in the most profound sense, gratitude for practice. Like, what do people do without practice, without some community, without some ground to keep returning to over and over again? And hence my gratitude in being here with you and of all of us coming together in this way. I thought I'd start with maybe a little known fact. It's kind of tickled me and fascinated me for years, is that you may not know that vote and vow have the same root word. Now, how cool is that? We're doing exactly what bodhisattvas need to do. In Latin, I'm probably going to say it wrong. Vovere is to vow. Votum is a vow, a wish, and it was in the late middle 16th century that it actually became vote as we sort of know it these days. So we are doing exactly, we are vowing with our vote, we are choosing with our vote, we are enacting our bodhisattva vow. Just as we are in each moment and in each choice in our body, speech, and mind, how are we voting? So I looked at vote, a formal indication of a choice between two or more candidates or courses of action, expressed typically through a ballot or a show of hands or by voice. So you have to choose. Voting is choosing between, well, in our system, well, maybe not exactly always two, but we do have to choose. We are in a world of duality, of the particular, the many. And to me, the beauty of our life together, our deep life together, is that we help each other enact this in a deep faith that, well, that we are Buddha, that everything is Buddha, and that everything is empty of any inherent self-existence, that we are radically interconnected with everything. I don't know if I said, maybe I meant to say, I'll say it again if I didn't. When I am in my despairing, angry places, these are all the ways that I talk to myself. This is the way I talk myself back to my body and my heart. So I thought I would just share my own self-talk, Buddha self-talk, my coming home talk. We are radically interconnected. All those people out there that we think are the other, We may not like them, we may not agree with them, whatever it is that arises, but we are them and they are us. And maybe that's the good news of this time, is that the division is so strong, and we can see the destruction of it and where it can lead us, has led us. But we have to keep coming back. So how is it we do this? How is it we choose over and over with clarity and with deep heart? How do we take refuge in Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha through our votes and our actions? Watch our thoughts. I got lots of thoughts. I don't know about you. I've got lots of opinions. And most of the time, I'm pretty sure that I'm right and the other people are wrong. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I think you get the point. But you know what? We have to find another way. I think we know that. So how we write these letters today, how we touch the paper, pick up the pen, it matters. The intention matters. It matters all the time. And we're going to help each other today. So thought I'd remind us about the 5 remembrances that came from the Buddha. I am of the nature to grow old. There is no way to escape growing old. I am of the nature to have ill health. There is no way to escape having ill health. I am of the nature to die. There is no way to escape death. All that is dear to me and everyone I love are of the nature to change. There is no escape from being separated from them. And the 5th, my deeds are my closest companions. I am the beneficiary of my deeds. My deeds are the ground on which I stand. We are all in the same boat. I'm shocked over and over again as I'm aging, is it's not just those other people that are going to die. We are dying, and whoever we think the other is, we're all in the same boat here. This is so tender and poignant, and everybody wants to be happy. We just all have slightly different ways that we're approaching it, given our karma and our conditioning. Suzuki Roshi said, or is said to have said, that life is like getting in a leaky boat and rowing out into the middle of the ocean and sinking. I remind myself, we're all in the same boat. This really helps me a lot. He also said, Suzuki Roshi, the Buddhist way is, in one word, compassion. This means to encourage people when they are feeling positive, and also to help them get rid of their suffering. That is true love. It is not just to give something or to receive something or to observe precepts that we practice our way. We practice our way with things as they naturally occur, going with people, all people, not just some people, all people. Suffering with them, helping to relieve their suffering, and encouraging them to go on and on. Compassion literally means to suffer with. I devote my suffering to waking up with you and with the whole world. I wanted to share some the Bodhisattva vows. Bodhisattva vows help me a lot, a life of vowing. Okamura Sensei says, ordinary people are those who live pulled by their karma. I'm pulled a lot. But coming back, bodhisattvas, vow, I know, zazen, vow body. Bodhisattvas are those who live led by their vows. Come back, come back. So here's One translation from Thich Nhat Hanh of the Bodhisattva Vows that I'm finding particularly beautiful and helpful these days. However innumerable beings are, however innumerable beings are, I vow to meet them with kindness and interest. However innumerable beings are, I vow to meet them with kindness and interest. However inexhaustible the states of suffering are, I vow to touch them with patience and with love. With patience and with love. However immeasurable the dharmas are, all of it, the whole beautiful, awful, wondrous mess, I vow to explore them deeply. And however incomparable the mystery of interbeing, I vow to surrender to it freely. I'm not a very good surrenderer. I don't know about you guys. But you help me, and my vows help me. And Zazen helps me, and seeing each of you on the screen, breathe in and just let go and meet the next moment over and over for all beings. Okay, basic Buddhism. I told you, I keep coming back. Fall down on the ground, get back up on the ground. Fall down on the ground, get up by the ground. Four noble truths. There is suffering. Stop being so shocked. Stop being so outraged. I mean, it motivates me, trust me. But let's keep coming back to and bowing to. First noble truth, there is suffering. It's not inherent to life, but there's suffering because we're in a human body, because we're given exactly what we need to wake up with, and we often don't like it. But we often wonder why in the world this is happening to me or us or the ones we love or the people across the sea or on and on. And the cause of suffering, the second noble truth, is because we have a self. And that's what we operate on and we constellate around. I forget over and over that the entire world is Buddha's body, but I bring myself back and back and back. That all of it, this entire beautiful mess, is the ground of practice. This is it, just this. So how do we vote? Moment after moment in this beautiful, sometimes incomprehensible mess. I'd written some different things down and I wasn't quite sure what I was going to say, but it's something I just keep coming back to over and over again. And I think I need to read it to you again today. It's from Zenju Earthling Manuel. And she wrote it right after George Floyd was killed. It's actually, I think, one of the most powerful pieces of writing. Called Darkness is Asking to be Loved. And of course, this is about the time of George Floyd's killing, but it's about 100 million thousand other instances of incomprehensible, how could this be? By now, we have lost the tiny sense of peace we created for ourselves. Our composure is an idea long gone, reflected in the grinding of our teeth and locked jaws. If you are still holding up trying to meditate, I invite you to fall down. fall down on the earth. Come down here and smell the sweat of terror on your skin, overpowering the scent of agarwood. Come down on all fours and greet the darkness that reeks of death, reaches out its desperate hand, and asks to be loved as much as we love the light it gives. Come down here on this earth and breathe for those gasping for air. Hear each scream as a bell that never stops ringing. Bury your face in the mud of this intimate place, in this shared disease and tragedy. If you have nothing to say, now is the time for the deeper silence, honed that does not apologize or seeks something kind to say. And yet the deeper silence is not quiet. It whispers in the dark and wakes you from the nightmare. Come down here and be still on the earth. Let loose shame, rage, guilt, grief, pain, and make a river of it. Come down here. Catch the love poems hidden in the shouting. Watch the unfolding of the seasons from the ground. And look up at the sky. And when it hurts from being down here so long, roll over and see what you couldn't see from the other side. Breathe out loud. No particular posture needed. Fall down onto the earth. Fall off your soft cushions. Come down here, where the only lullaby tonight will be the sound of your heartbeat drumming the songs you were born with. Third noble truth, there is a path. Come down on the ground. Feel it. Eat it, roll in it, turn over and upside down, and give ourselves and surrender freely. Let's not miss this precious life that we've been given and this opportunity to wake up with and for all beings. Maybe I'll close with one more thing from Zenju. It's from her most recent book, Shamanic Bones of Zen, and we did Maylie Scott's Metta Prayer. This is Chant for All Beings. It's based on the Metta Sutta. Can't go wrong with loving kindness. When we write our letters today, let's write with loving kindness with and for all beings, with our full bodies and hearts and minds. May all beings be cared for and loved, be listened to, understood, and acknowledged despite different views, be accepted for who they are in this moment, be afforded patience, be allowed to live without fear of having their lives taken away or their bodies violated. May all beings be well in the broadest sense, be fed, be clothed, be treated as if their life is precious, be held in the eyes of each other as family. May all beings be appreciated, feel welcomed anywhere on the earth, be freed from acts of hatred and desperation, including war, poverty, slavery, and street crimes. Live on the planet, housed and protected from harm, be given what is needed to live fully without scarcity, enjoy life, living without fear of one another, and be able to live freely in a voice and mind of undeniable love. May all beings receive and share the gifts of life, be given time to rest, be still, and experience silence. May all beings be awake. Fourth noble truth, there is a path. This is it. Here we are. We can do this with great joy and great love, and help each other turn the grief and the sorrow into a deeper and deeper life of intention and love. So that's how I talk to myself. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I have to do it. Well, I have to do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So we have a little bit of time. I thought maybe you have practices or ways that you encourage yourself in these times, helping you vote your life with your vow, or whatever language you use, or whatever you'd like to do with these next minutes.
Thank you, Chris, so